we all came onto this film because of how much we love and adore animals and the environment and how important they are to all of us. In my country, of things being sort of brought back what I would consider a few decades, if not more. So I think that there's no better time, really, as well. Sometimes it's not really an issue of just theme, it's also an issue of when a movie comes out and what it has to say, and I think there's no better time than now.
You know, the film is not, for me at least, not just about nature and the environment, but about childhood and imagination and like what it's like to play and to lose that. And you know, Okja and Mija, you know, it's I never had a giant pig, but I have a memory of it almost. You know, whether that was with your friends or your animals or whatever, and that was a really fun thing to touch base with.
자연과 생명에 대한 지금 동시대를 살아가는
I think that as a director, today, if you want to talk about life and nature, I think you've got to be in the shadow of Miyazaki because he's such a master. This film, Okja, talks about life and about nature, but I really wanted to talk also about the relationship with capitalism. And I think Miyazaki hadn't really talked about that aspect, so that is an opportunity which I saw for my film.
I took nature and science and I synthesized.
Capitalism is really upping its game in finding ways to trick us that actually more than anything else we are consumers, more than sentient beings, more than people who relate to one another, more than people who live within nature and are natural beings ourselves. We have to be on our guard against these tricks, and I think the film offers a corrective to this trickery.
Pedro Almodovar delivered a virtual manifesto in which he said that he did not think that a film without theatrical distribution should be granted the Palme d'Or.
Yeah, it's a statement that the president made. It's really important that the president feels free to make whatever statements he or she makes, and you, gentlemen and ladies of the press, come and receive it. That's part of the deal. I think it's an enormous and really interesting conversation that's beginning. But the truth is, if you want to know what I really think, I think, as in many matters, there is room for everybody.
The levitation is coming from another book, which is not a comic book, but a Russian young adult book by Belyayev called Flying Man. And when I was like 13, 14, I read that book, and I still remember of that phenomenon. And I mean, I remember that, can I believe that someone flying? And I was, at that time, naive and innocent. And I felt that, yes, I can.
Doctor, I get... Look. I feel... I can...
Superheroes, yeah, I mean, this is a strong references. Of course, we are joking with that idea more, but for me, he's much more an angel-type creature and not just a superhero who is coming from Kryptonic, and I don't know. We have no answers exactly where he has come from. He is kind of a mirror. He is kind of much more a transcendental person.
I love the balance between fantasy and reality, and how do you balance, you know? Because it's so risky, do what you did.
Science fiction or fantastic books, it was really surrounding because it was kind of, how can I say, in the communism, that was what writers can write. because they cannot directly criticizing. So those books was very deep. Even in movies, the Tarkovsky movies, the science fiction movies, it was just cover some behind the genre serious questions.
If you work for me with your extraordinary talent, you can earn that money, you know, and then I can help you to escape this place. Is it a good deal?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, give me your hand. So now we are partners, me and you.
Partners.
Partners, yes?
I always thought that John Bohr had the most difficult part to deal because first, in one hand, you have to be acrobat and sportsman to do that and have incredible patience. And on the other hand, you as an actor have to add to it and make it whole thing. And I was always like just trying to be supportive and watched him and thinking, amazing what this guy can do, because it's very exhausting physically. You cannot imagine what he had to do there.
Okja
in competition here in the 70th Cannes Film Festival with this wonderful crew here. There's a lot of them here with me. So we've got Bong Joon-ho, hello, director of this film. We've got next to you Ahn Soo-yoon, Tilda Swinton. Hello, Tilda. Very happy to welcome you back here to Cannes. Lily Collins as well with us, like Byung Hee-bong. Hello, Byung. Behind you, Jake Gyllenhaal. Hello, Jake. How are you doing? Welcome back. Devon Bostick, hello. Thank you for coming along. We've got Stephen Yeun as well. Hi, Stephen, and Paul Dano. Thank you all for coming along. So it's a wonderful cast. Korean, UK, US, Americans, UK, Canadians as well. So the idea was to bring everybody together to make this sort of film with this international cast.
좋은 배우랑 일하고 싶은 욕심이 다 있죠, 감독들이.
Yes, of course, as a director, I really wanted to work with the best actors possible. So I think that in my life, I've really achieved a pinnacle here. And the script suited it as well. They're wonderful actors, so I'm really very, very happy. I remember the animal, the wild animal in The Host. This animal is much less wild, much nicer, much gentler. It's a wonderful love story. So you wanted to defend animal rights in the film?
사실 뭐 얘기한 것처럼 되게 불쌍하게 생긴 동물이에요.
As I was saying, the animal is a happy animal. It's a very interiorized animal as well.
많은 사건들이 생기거든요.
A bit introverted even, but he has lots of adventures, and it's very difficult for animals and humans to live together. Tilda Swinton, you were here. You were involved in the beginning of the project, I think. Did you want to talk about animal rights at all, or did you want to make a film with Koreans and UK, US? With the mic, please.
I wanted to make a film with Bong Joon-ho. I was proud and happy to know him as a friend. In fact, we first met at the Cannes Film Festival many years ago, yeah. And since then, we made a film together, Snowpiercer. And making work with your friends is the best thing in the world. And so when Bong is talking about a new film, I've always got my ears open.
And the story that this film tells, did you all immediately like this idea of this fantastic animal, this Tilda, Lily? You play an activist there, an animal rights activist. Is it a cause that you're particularly keen on as well?
Well, I grew up having animals in my household, and the way that Bong described it to me when we first met was a love story between a child and her pet, but it was her best friend. And I thought it was a beautiful way to tell the story in many different cultures and many different countries and bringing us together. And it also is a bit of a wild ride. And to play a character like the one I do in the ALF is an incredible experience for me. And I loved what it spoke about. Everything, politics, friendship, relationships, and all how he handled it.
Yes, it's wonderful. Yeah, the young actress, Ahn Soo-yoon. What does it mean for you to play with actors who don't speak your language, people like Paul Dano, like Tilda Swinton, like Lily Collins? Do they act differently from Korean actors that you've worked with?
저희가 아무래도 각자 다른 나라에 왔기 때문에 언어로는 통하지 않지만
It's true that it's a bit different. It's difficult with a different language as well. And but nevertheless, we could communicate with our hearts. And it's true that I was playing the role of the young girl. But for me, it was a great honor to work with these actors. Jake Gyllenhaal, I mean, you're a very colorful character. He's a great character, your TV presenter. How did you prepare for this role?
That's just who I actually am, and right now, behaving the way I am now is I've spent a lot of time preparing for. I'm trying to be as cool and calm and collected as I possibly can, but normally I'm like that and I dress like that, and it's what I prefer to be.
Steven Yeun.
Stephen Yeun.
Oui, j'imagine. Steven Yeun. Vous qui avez travaillé en Corée
you
et aux
worked in
États-Unis,
Korea
qui avez
and in
aussi
the
étudié
US.
l'art dramatique
You
aux
studied
États-Unis. Est-ce qu'il y a
drama,
des
you studied theatre in the US. Do you find there are differences in approach, in performance, in acting, in the way filmmakers work? Is there a difference in their approach to cinematographic art?
I think, again, kind of what Tilda was saying is, for me, my impetus to work in this film was because I wanted to work with director Bong. And I think he has a unique voice that transcends any specific culture. And I think he was kind of, not to embarrass him, but like he's probably the perfect candidate to bridge those two worlds together, Korea and America. And I think for me, I had the privilege of kind of playing right in that middle. So I had a very unique experience. I don't know if I can really encapsulate that into anything, but just a Bong Joon-ho experience. Right? Yeah.
Paul Dano, Paul
Dano.
C'est pas mal.
That's a good one. Bong Joon-ho experience. I like it.
J'imagine que c'est extraordinaire.
I'm sure it must be wonderful. Paul Dano, on Bong Joon-ho, how does he work? Because he's got his very visual world, which is very strong. How does he communicate with you and, as an American actor? I mean, how did he work, in fact? I mean, can you make proposals to him, or is he very directive in the way he speaks to you?
Steven, est-ce que vous pouvez...
Steven, perhaps? Yeah, with the mic.
Yeah, no, I have. You know, one of the beautiful things about stepping into director Bong's world is how sort of singular his vision is, from the script, the writing, the story, the world, to the storyboards. And, you know, you really sort of know what you're entering and the world you're playing in at the same time. He is definitely very collaborative. I think he wants you to, you know, bring something extra, you know, even though he's got it all there for you. You know, he definitely passes you the ball and trusts you to make choices and sort of go for it. He definitely offered me a, you know, really special opportunity to play someone like Jay, which I don't often get to do. And we talked about it for a long time, so it was a special collaboration and experience.
Merci beaucoup.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Bong Joon-ho, Ahn Sun-yoon. Thank you, Tilda Swinton, Lily Collins. Thank you, Byung-hee Bong, Jake Gyllenhaal. Thank you. I'm very happy to see the real you thanks to this film now. And I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Devon Bostick, Steven Yeun. Thank you, Paul Dano. So Okja in competition. And we're going to see the crew here in a moment in the press conference. So, a few images from Okja to come.